Alright guys, we're back after a short break. Today we fight Monkey and other things. But first, I'm a little broke, so I need to get my money up. I'd like to upgrade my armor before I fight any other monsters, so we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna do some grinding. If we come to this cat here, we can see that we can buy the battle armor set, which are 1500 each, totaling 7500. So that's the money that I'm going to be aiming for. If we come to our weapons, let's see what we got going on here. The Lullaby Spear. Great sharpness, like amazing sharpness, but it's a huge damage loss. Luckily it does have the 2 slots though, so that's pretty nice for some sort of synergy set going on. But the thing we're looking for here is the Paralyzer. It does lose a lot of sharpness, which sucks, but it does have that power ability, and it has great upgrades. It doesn't have a slot though. And for the iron side of things, we have the Paladin Lance, which is the standard upgrade that most people go for. It's very good. Offers that bonus defense for the early game, it can be very important if you're taking a lot of hits. Good sharpness, good damage. This thing, although it does look very fancy and it's very nice looking, it unfortunately is kind of a dead weapon path, which is kind of like Dual Blade syndrome, where a lot of weapons kind of just lead to nowhere and they get lost in the void into obscure weapons that you're likely never to use. So it's good for the early game, I suppose, but taking it into the mid game, you'd rather just have the Paladin Lance since it has a lot more variety in its upgrades. So for our money maker, let's go hunt some Velocidrome. Very simple. If you ever need Poke Points for the early game, then this shell spot right here is really good for gathering. The beautiful shells gives you a decent chunk of money and Poke Points. I believe the Velocidrome is just in this area right here, and he has his own cutscene, which is strangely unique for a non-key quest, and especially since it's just a Velocidrome, but I guess traditionally he's had cutscenes, so they just gave him one in this game. It's as simple as that. There we go, that should probably do. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is take care of this small monkey over here. Let's roll so I don't get scared. See what he's doing, he's gonna jump, okay. Unfortunately there are Vespoid here in this area, so we have to be careful of them. Let's take this guy out, I don't want him bothering me. So the point you want to be attacking on the Congalala is the head, which after he does this move here, it's very easy to get to. I'm gonna block here just in case. I'm okay. You don't want to attack the stomach when he does that because it's armored, and you don't want to be losing sharpness for no reason. Just being goofy and hopping around here. Oh, I got punished for my greediness. That's okay though. The battle armor does save me a lot of damage here. Because, this guy hurts. There we go. Nice. Big opportunity for damage there. You want to take a step back when he's doing those swipes because he does have a natural tremor when he lands on the ground there, so you don't want to get stuck in there. Tremors do put your weapon away, so you'll be forced to bring your weapon back out in order to attack him. So just taking this fight really nice and slow, just doing my damage when I get the opportunity. I'm gonna block this. The Congalala has a lot of pushback and stamina damage on his attacks, so just be careful of that. Make sure your stamina is always topped up. Break the head, that's good. Okay, now we're in rage mode. He's a lot faster now, so we're gonna have to be careful and use the shield a lot more often. If he runs at us, we're just gonna block, we're not gonna risk any sort of sidestep. When he makes a big distance like that, usually I like to put away the weapon so then I have a lot more mobility. Usually I would take a lot more risks when fighting monsters, but for this series I'm just taking it nice and slow, playing calm, playing safe, not doing anything extra fancy. Just showing how it can be done simply and easily. So when he sniffs around like that, he's actually wanting to move to a different area. A lot of monsters limp when they're weak, but the Congalala actually has a different signature where he will sniff around for mushrooms. He can limp. Most of the time he's going to sniff for mushrooms like he is now, and that will be his signature for I'm gonna go to sleep. Weird AI behavior here, we're just gonna wait for him to leave, we're gonna watch him run away. Otherwise, sometimes he can just stay in the area and idle. He likes to be watched for some reason. Weird monster. There are other monsters that do the exact same thing, like the Gravios, you have to watch out for him. There we go, and this is the place where you'll find him. Sometimes he just goes to sleep. Is he gonna do it now? Yep. Doesn't care that I exist, he'll go to sleep. Sometimes he'll trigger onto you and start attacking, but sometimes he just goes to sleep. There we go, nice big charge attack for the most damage, and the quest is done. So, not too difficult and not too much trouble if you just take it slow, play it easy. A relatively easy matchup, but not the easiest. His speed can be overwhelming for someone who's not used to playing Lance and not used to the slower mobility, but as long as you have stamina, as long as you use your shield, you should be okay. It seems Granny wants to talk to us. I'm just gonna skip through this. I've read this text many times. It's urgent time, and the urgent is the Kezu. Alright, let's see this guy, shall we? Got a little bit stuck there. Right, I'm gonna deal with these gear prey first. Here we go. There's gonna be one more that spawns, so we can just wait for him. Oh, he's gonna shoot thunderballs, so we might as well go for the punish. A little bit awkward on his head placement. Sometimes the upswings can miss like that. You can just do the forward stabs for safety. Guaranteed damage. I just trying to be careful here not to get myself shot by the Kezu while trying to deal with this gear prey. There we go. Right. Monsters are dealt with, it's just me and the Kezu. So, the Kezu, he really isn't too difficult to deal with, he's mostly just annoying. Like this. This will be his main attack, that or he'll shoot thunderballs. Those are his two main attacks, mostly. Sometimes he'll jump and bite like that, but mostly thunderballs and the Blanca-style electric shocks will be his main way of dealing damage, and luckily for a lance user, this is easily punishable. So, already, when you don't mess up, it's a good matchup. Just block this. Won't try to do anything fancy. So if you don't get too close and don't mess up like I just did, then his thunder attack is actually very easy to punish, and it's free damage, so... Of course, thunderballs are always free damage for any weapon type. His flinch naturally just puts us straight into head poking range, which is great. It's a very chill and easy matchup for Lance. There's really not much you have to worry about. One of the big concerns is if you get knocked away a far distance and he decides to thunderball you, you may just be taking a free paralysis because they're very hard to back up through. With enough practice you can get it, but the timing is awkward, so you might be taking paralysis a lot in that situation, which can deal a lot of damage. Nice head pokes on the tail swing. Nice flinch. If I had reacted, I could have just gone straight into upswings, but I didn't react in time, which is fine. Just take this fight slowly. You can attack the legs if you want, but most of the time it's just easier and better to attack the head. Whenever he flies away like that, he will come straight to area 6, so just come over here and clear the gear prey out. They don't respawn in this area, so it's just the 3. Wave to Jeff. Shoutouts to Jeff. Here we go, he's finally on his way, we can see him up there, slowly taking his time. Here we go. Oh, and wind press. Head break. Okay, now he's enraged, which can make this fight a little bit more tricky, as his extra speed is going to make things a little bit more tense, but it's honestly not too bad. Battle armor coming in clutch with the extra speed happening. I love that skill. One of my favorites. Nice catch. I'm gonna back away here just in case he thunders, which he does. Okay, and he's leaving. I completely forgot to paintball him, so that's my bad. Usually he goes to 7 though, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find him. Doesn't seem like he's here. How majestic. Hey, buddy. Here we go. When he stands still like this, this is his weakness sign. No, Gearprey, leave me alone. Oh dear. Well, get out of here. So yeah, when he stands still like that, completely still, that's his weakness sign, and it's a great opportunity for damage. Unfortunately, I got a little bit distracted there by a Gearprey. But it's a great chance to headlock him, keep him still, because if you do make him flinch, he will reset the animation and he will start his standing still all over again. But when he stands still like that, you know exactly where he's going. Going straight back to number 3. There we go. Urgent done. Overall, the matchup for Lance is pretty easy against Kazu. It's a lot of beat and punish, and as long as you don't do anything greedy and you don't try and go out of your way to do some extra damage, and don't get caught by his Thunder Shock or his Thunderballs, it's pretty easy. With the Urgents done, we get a present, a Suko Jewel, very nice. But, oh, I need to organize this, hold on. Perfect. Okay, with the Urgent done, we do actually get access to these rubbery hides now, so I think this is going to be the next thing I grind for. Cool. Skip grindy text, Pokey tickets, nice. Now let's look at this quest list. Alright, let's take on the Poison Turkey first. My personal least favourite monster in the entire series. Let's do it. Oh boy. I'm not looking forward to this. Okay, let's roll so we don't get scared. I'm gonna take out these Genpri first. I really don't want them bothering me, especially on Lance when I don't have much mobility. That guy's doing his own thing. He's having a good time, so I'm just gonna leave him alone for now. So against this guy, the objective is the tail. The tail is his weakest point. It's really good, and thankfully, with this, we have a shield, so we can block his flashbangs and go straight for the tail punish. Lots of damage on this thing. He will flinch very often when you attack the tail. And we're on Lance, so we have great range to be attacking it. When he does these bites, you can attack the head if you want to. Maybe have a chance of breaking the crystal. Here we go, I'll do it now. Just 2 stabs will do. Don't want to be greedy. Always block just in case, you never know. Nice tail hit. And another one. Nice flinch, I'm gonna go for the combo. I'm going to take a few steps back here. I want to get out of his way. Some poison. I'm going to be going to his left side because he always tail swings to the right, anti-clockwise, like you see here. And you can actually punish him for tail swinging with an upswing. The timing isn't too difficult, but I did miss there. I'm just gonna do some block helps here. Oh, Genpei came to say hi. I'm just gonna push on though, because he's in rage mode. He's very fast and very annoying. I'm just not gonna block those. They do a ton of stamina damage. Got tripped, okay. Alright, our first fake death. You can tell that it's not a real death because obviously the quest hasn't ended, but if this was a multi-monster quest, another way you would know is from the eyeball on screen. When he dies, the eyeball will disappear straight away, as opposed to when it's fake, the eyeball will stick around until he's fully done being dramatic. There we go. Nice and clean. This matchup goes without saying, it's extremely easy for Lance. It's one of Lance's best matchups for sure. There's not much to really comment on it besides always just go for the tail. When he is tail swinging, make sure you block in the direction that his tail is swinging. So let's say, for example, he's swinging towards me, you block like this. Or like this, if you're far away, you'd want to block forward. The hitboxes in this game are very strange. If you're very close to him, you want to block backwards like this. Instead of like this, or like this, you want to block backwards. So that's usually how you deal with his tail. Or you can just back hop it if you're at a distance. It's not too difficult to back hop. And yeah, it's quite easy to defeat this guy on a Lance character. Only 2 rubbery hides? I hope I carved 3. I don't really remember, I wasn't paying attention. Let's see here. Oh dear, I still have to kill 1 more. There we go. Nice demonstration of walking backwards to avoid the tail. Get wrecked. Oh, wow. That Genpei just got comboed. Okay, we can finally get our hands on this thing. Let's do it. Very pointy, looking very nice. And that's gonna be all for this episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Next time, we'll fight a crab, and probably another monkey. Who knows?